Hello everyone, welcome back to Dugout Daily. I'm Charlie and today we have another video. This time we are previewing the match where Manchester City resumed the defence of the Champions League when we welcome Copenhagen to the Etihad Stadium for the second leg of our last 16 tie on Wednesday, fresh from domestic derby triumph at the weekend. Before we get going, make sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Dugout Daily, the football channel. Hit the Apex, the F1 channel. And at MCFC Hibs on Twitter. We will get going then. And the Citizens boast a 2-goal advantage heading into this contest after securing a 3-1 first leg win in Denmark 3 weeks ago. Manchester City registered the 17th win of an impressive 19-game unbeaten run across all competitions after coming from behind at half-time to beat rivals Manchester United 3-1 at the Etihad on Sunday to boost our Premier League title hopes. The reigning champions were left stunned when Marcus Rashford scored a 25-yard screamer in the 8th minute to put the Red Devils in front, but we eventually prevailed in dominant fashion as a superb second-half brace from Phil Foden, who was labelled the best player in the Premier League by manager Pep Guardiola, and a stoppage-time strike from Erling Haaland secured 3 important points and the bragging rights for the jubilant hosts. With 11 Premier League games remaining, Manchester City currently sits second in the table and only a point behind leaders Liverpool, who welcome the citizens to Anfield for a mouth-watering and potentially pivotal top-of-the-table showdown on Sunday. An FA Cup quarter-final tie with Newcastle is also on the horizon for Guardiola and co, but the treble chasers must first shift our attention back to the Champions League as we endeavour to finish the job against Copenhagen and secure a safe passage through to the quarter-finals for the 7th successive season. Goals from Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva and Foden helped Manchester City run out victors against Copenhagen on February the 13th. And the citizens, who haven't lost any of our 5 meetings with the Danish outfit, will fancy our chances of success on Wednesday, with victory enabling us to become just the 3rd team in Champions League history to register at least 10 consecutive wins in the competition, after Real Madrid with 10 up to February 2015 and Bayern Munich with 10 up to November 2013 and 15 up to November 2020. Competing in the Champions League knockouts for just the 2nd time in their history and for the 1st time since 2011, Copenhagen had reason to be optimistic heading into their last 16 first leg tie with Manchester City after claiming 8 points from 6 group games, including victories over Manchester United and Galatasaray, to finish 2nd behind group winners Bayern. Etihad Stadium erupted when debutant Magnus Matsson cancelled out De Bruyne's opener with a sweet first-time strike midway through the first half, but their commendable efforts to compete with the holders were ultimately in vain, as Bernardo restored City's lead on the stroke of half-time before Foden added a 3rd in second-half stoppage time. Head coach Jacob Nijstrup acknowledged after the game that Manchester City were a level or 2 above the opponents they faced in the group, and although his side now have a steep mountain to climb in Wednesday's second leg, they can travel to the Etihad knowing that they have nothing to lose, with a hope of at least taking positives from their ability to test themselves once again against the current European and world champions. After losing in the first leg, Copenhagen responded well by claiming back-to-back Danish Superliga wins over Silkeborg and Nordsjælland without reply, but they were dealt a blow in the title race last Friday after they suffered a 2-0 defeat away to leaders Midtjylland and have subsequently slipped 3 points behind the summit. The Nordic outfit are bidding to create history on Wednesday as they've never won away from home against English opposition in European competition. However, success against Manchester City will be a tall order considering that they haven't won a Champions League away game since December 2016, while they were thrashed 5-0 the last time they visited the Etihad in October 2022. So the form of both sides, starting with Manchester City, we've won our last 6 Champions League games, with them results being a 3-1 away win at Leipzig, a 3-1 away win at Young Boys, a 3-0 win at home against Young Boys, a 3-2 win at home against Leipzig, a 3-2 win away at Red Star, and a 3-1 win away in the first leg at Copenhagen. And we're also unbeaten in our last 6 in all competitions, with that run starting with this first leg 3-1 win away to Copenhagen. We then drew to Chelsea 1-1 before beating Brentford at home 1-0, Bournemouth away 1-0, Luton away 6-2, and Manchester United at home 3-1. Copenhagen have lost 3 of their last 6 in the Champions League, with that run starting with a 2-1 loss at home against Bayern. They then lost 1-0 away to Manchester United before beating Manchester United at home 4-3. They then drew away to Bayern 0-0, beat Galatasaray at home 1-0, and lost the first leg against Manchester City 3-1 at home. They've also only won 3 of their last 6 in all competitions, with that run starting with a 2-1 home loss against Aarhus before they beat Galatasaray at home 1-0. They then lost the first leg against Manchester City 3-1 before beating Silkeborg away 3-0 and Nordjylland at home 2-0 before a 2-0 loss away at Midtjylland. Manchester City's only injury absentee is Jack Grealish, who's nursing a groin problem and may not be fit to represent England during the international break later this month. However, the citizens were boosted by the return of Josko Vardiol to the matchday squad last weekend after 6 games out with an ankle injury, and the Croatian defender could be in a position to start at left back, meaning that Nathan Ake may either drop out of the 11 or move over to centre back. Guardiola may be tempted to make a few changes to his starting lineup, considering their two-goal advantage over Copenhagen, and also with an eye on Sunday's trip to Liverpool. So the likes of Manuel Akanji, Rico Lewis, Mateo Kovacic, Mateus Nunes, and Julian Alvarez could be handed starts. As for Copenhagen, Lucas Laraga is available to return from a 1-match ban, but the midfielder is currently in the treatment room with an injury, along with Theo Sander and David Kokolava, who both have knee injuries, and Victor Claesson, the latter of whom was withdrawn in the first half of Friday's loss at Midtjylland. All 4 players are set to miss the trip to the Etihad, while Emil Højlund, who's the brother of Manchester United striker Rasmus, is doubtful and will be assessed ahead of kick-off. In the absence of Claesson, either Andreas Cornelius, Jordan Larsson, or in-demand teenager Rooney Bardi could be tasked with leading the line, joining Elias Achori and former Southampton winger Mohamed Elyounoussi in attack. So the predicted teams then, starting with Manchester City, I've gone with Ederson in goal, Lewis at right back with Diaz and Akanji at centre back, and Ake at left back. In midfield, I have gone for Kovacic and Nunes with Alvarez just in front of them, Foden, Doku and Haaland as the front 3. I'm actually going to swap Ake. I don't think he will play this game. I think it will be Vardiol who gets the start at left back. And the predicted team for Copenhagen then is Grabara in goal, Gellert, Vavro, McKenna and Dix as a back 4, with Gonçalves, Falk and Matson in midfield, Elyounoussi, Larsson and Achori in attack. Complacency shouldn't be an issue for Manchester City on Wednesday, and even if Guardiola opts to freshen up his side, the citizens will be regarded as firm favourites to come out on top in the second leg. Copenhagen can play without fear and will hope to implement some of their impressive spells from the first leg at the Etihad, but the host should ultimately have too much for the Danish outfit, and I can see the holders securing a safe passage through to the last 8. So I predict this game will finish Manchester City 3, Copenhagen 0, with Manchester City to win 6-1 on aggregate. So that is it for this video then. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Dugout Daily, the football channel. Hit the Apex, the F1 channel. And at MCFC Hibs on Twitter. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching. And we'll speak to you all soon. Take care and goodbye for now.